Imagine a world where you're not allowed to say, feel, do, or wear what you want. A world where anything that gives individuals a sense of identity is suppressed. In Anthem by Ayn Rand, the characters have no identity. They need permission for every single thing they do. You can't write, be alone, or create relationships. These restrictions go as far as not even being able to look at yourself and see your reflection. Despite these circumstances, Equality, the main character, goes against the norm and slowly discovers more and more about himself. Through disobedience, he finds his identity. Equality has always been different, and everyone knew this from the beginning. His individualism was a threat to the collectivist society. Collectivism isn't a bad thing. It is useful in many aspects in life, such as sports and group projects. However, in Anthem, a human only exists in order to contribute in the greater good of all. This may seem beneficial in achieving a utopian society, but it only takes one person to flaw this plan. If one person doesn't do what they're told to do, if one person is curious and decides to go in a different direction, everything can crumble. Of course, in Anthem, this person is Equality. He retains his individuality despite the repressive methods of the government. The societies in V for Vendetta and Anthem have many similarities. Although the people in V for Vendetta have more freedom than the people in Anthem. They have names, their own jobs, and relationships. However, the fascist party rules the country as a police state. They monitor citizens and restrict their lifestyles. The brutal authoritarian government set nightly curfews, ban free speech, and are homophobic. V's identity is never truly revealed. His personality is highlighted by his actions. Some of his history is told, but unfortunately we never see his face. The government believes that their control is favorable for the community. V displays individualism by going against the tyranny and rallying others to join. V opens the community's eyes, and the people begin to follow him. The number one thing that was holding people back was fear. Both of the societies were controlled and built on fear. If they sinned, they'd be punished. In V for Vendetta, people followed orders without hesitation because they didn't want to go against the government. They chose safety over themselves. Evie spent her whole life being scared until she was locked up and tortured. Equality was scared to be different, but then he grew strong and nothing got in his way. He accepted the banishment from his home rather than surrendering his invention and knowledge. V accepts death instead of surrendering to society's demands. He sacrifices himself for a better world. Both characters were intelligent, powerful, and rebellious. In the end of the movie, Evie says,
"Who's Edmund Dantes? And who's my father? And my mother? My brother? My friend? Who is you? And me? Who's all of us?"
He is every individual in the society. He was what people wanted to be, but were not because of the restraints of the government. He was a symbol of the struggle to obtain freedom. At the end of Anthem, the last word is ego. Ego is whatever separates you from the rest of the world. It's a person's sense of self-worth. The novel ends off on a hopeful note. Equality may free all of those who are suffering under collectivism so they can experience these freedoms too.